Welcome to Righteous Pursuits. This is Charissa, and thanks for tuning in once again. So I wanted to talk to the singles, and I feel like what I'm about to say is very important and something that you should keep in mind and get those misconceptions out of your mind about your kingdom spouse. And before I begin, I want to read this passage from the Bible, Isaiah chapter 55, 8-9. And it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Now, a few months ago, I had a video where I was talking about how we as humans need to stop putting God in a box. And I feel when it comes to marriage, people tend to put God in a box because they have these preconceived notions about how they think God is going to do something in their lives. And majority of the time, when you think God is going to do something in your life a certain way, He doesn't do it in the way that you think He is going to do it. Like 9 times out of 10, or 99.9% of the time, He is not going to come in the way you think He's going to come. And because a lot of people tend to put Him in a box, they have the wrong idea about how they think God is going to do something in their lives. It leaves them feeling disappointed. Some people tend to get angry at God because, they're expecting God to do it at this time, or they are expecting God to do something that He has promised them in a certain way, when from the beginning you had the wrong understanding of what God wanted to do. And sometimes I feel as if a lot of times He does things a certain way. He does it totally opposite in the way we think He is going to do it, because He wants to blow your mind. He wants to blow your mind. He wants to surprise you so that when things actually manifest, you are surprised and your faith is even more strengthened in Him. Okay? Like what I just read, His ways are not our ways. And He said His thoughts are not our thoughts. Okay? He's not going to come in the way you think He's going to come. He's not going to do it in the way you think He is going to do it. And I believe you singles out there, if you keep an open mind about how God is going to bring you to your kingdom spouse, you won't be disappointed about it. You won't be upset about it. You won't be disappointed about it, because you're being open to what God wants to do in your life. And what does having misconceptions or having these particular misconceptions could lead you to? When you have misconceptions about your spouse, your kingdom spouse, it can prevent you from meeting the one who God has for you. You have to really trust and believe that God is going to connect you to the right person. You here thinking God is going to do it one way, and in God's mind, He's doing it totally opposite from what you think. Don't have misconceptions about how your kingdom spouse will look or who your kingdom spouse is. Be open about what He is going to do in your life. Let me give an example. Now, some persons may have the wrong idea about where they think they will meet their spouse. Okay? For example, you might be living in one country and your spouse may be living in another country or be from another country. You're thinking your spouse is someone close to you when your spouse is millions of miles away. You may be thinking that your spouse may be of the same race, but your spouse is from a totally different race from you. They may be someone right in front of you, a friend or someone close to you. But for some of you, you may not recognize who this person may be, the main kingdom spouse, because in your mind, you already have a set idea of how you think your spouse or your kingdom spouse or how your future significant other will look. Like for another example, some of you ladies who are listening, you may think that your kingdom husband is older than you. In your head, you say, you know what, I will never date someone who is younger than me. But suppose that person is a few years younger than you. Are you going to push that person to the side? That may be the same person that God has for you. So I'm saying all of this so that you guys can be open. You singled can be open when it comes to what God wants to do in your life. Okay? And then you have some younger men who are young, but they are more mature. So you don't know how the Lord's going to do it. Just be open to what He wants to do. Don't cause yourself to miss out on something great, something beautiful, something wonderful. And you know what? The Lord is your Father. If you have questions when it comes to things about your kingdom spouse, ask Him. He'll give you it. If you seek His face and ask Him to reveal certain things about your spouse, He's going to do that. That's the type of Father He is. You know, He knows as a human, you want to know certain details, those certain details about your spouse. So that's all I basically wanted to talk about. But I just wanted those singles out there, those who are single, to just be open, to keep your mind open. I'm not saying to lower your standards or anything. There are certain things you expect to connect with, right? There are certain things, you know, as far as your kingdom spouse, you expect them to love God. Still be open when it comes to how God is going to connect you. But that's all I wanted to discuss. Remember that God is faithful and He is true. Ooh, bye.